Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. I'm Nikki and in this video I'm going to be talking about how to use the haters to propel you towards your dreams. Okay, so let's get into it. So number one, it's really important to realise that if you're going to live the life of your dreams, then there are going to be some people that are going to be hating on you and disapprove. This is perfectly normal. So most people are not living the life of their dreams. And this is because they value being approved by other people more than they value being honest and authentic with themselves. So they really want to fit in, and so they don't want to go for their dreams. So if you decide that you're going to go for your dreams, this is going to trigger something in those other people, because it's going to make them realise that they are not being honest with themselves and they're not going for their dreams. And instead of being honest with themselves about that, they're going to turn that round onto you and make it your problem because you're doing something different. So most of the time, instead of choosing to be honest with themselves, what they'll do is, instead of coming up higher, they'll try and pull you down and they'll make it about you. So this is just something that happens if you want to be successful and you want to be different, then there will be people that are going to be hating on you. Okay, so number two, don't fall into the trap of trying to prove your haters wrong. So this is kind of a thing where you get drawn into the hate if you do that. So if you have the mindset of I'm going to prove these people wrong, number one, it's not a good enough reason to succeed. So it'll keep you going for a while because there'll be like a certain energy behind it where you think, oh, I'm going to prove them wrong. But it's only going to keep you going for a certain amount of time. And your intention isn't really pure if you're trying to do it to prove something to somebody else. And then when you are successful, if that's your only reason for being successful, you're probably not going to be that happy about it either. And number two, you're entering into the hating. So now it's a two-way thing and you're rehearsing the emotion of competition and hate. And you're saying, like, I'll show them. And it's generating and creating that emotion within yourself. So if you're constantly doing that, then you're going to block your creativity by having that emotion of hate and competition, because it's like scarcity and not abundance. So instead, when those thoughts come up, because they will, of the hater and it's not fair that they hate you and you're going to prove them wrong. So when those thoughts come up, instead, switch those thoughts to your future. So what do you want to do? What is it? What is your goal? Do you want to be a singer? Do you want to be an actor? A YouTuber? So switch your thoughts to that positive future and focus on how you want to feel and what you want to do in your future, instead of dwelling on those thoughts of hate and competition. Also, be clear about your why. Why do you want to do what you want to do? So not because you're going to prove anybody wrong, but maybe an example is, I want to be a singer to bring more consciousness to the world and to help other people to connect more deeply with their emotions. So that's going to keep you going. So anytime you get somebody who's hating on you, you can go back to that and remind yourself why you want to do it, and then it'll keep you going. Okay, so number three is be okay with being the villain in somebody else's story. So the people that are hating on you will sometimes be very triggered, and they won't just mildly disapprove of you, but they'll actually fall out with you. So I've experienced this with friends that I thought were my friends, but when I've moved forward and I'm being honest and authentic, they've actually fallen out with me. So this happens a lot with successful people, but the difference is they are okay with being the villain in somebody else's story. They're okay with being perceived or being misunderstood as being the villain. So that they know that they have good intentions and that they're honest with themselves and they go for their dreams regardless of how other people feel, even if it means that like all of the people around them fall out with them and don't approve with them, they're still going to go for the dreams. They have an internal locus of control rather than an external locus of control. So an internal locus of control is, I decide that I love myself, I decide that I am valuable, I have internal integrity, I can determine my future, I'm not responsible for others' feelings, and so on. And an external locus of control is, if people don't like me, then I'm not lovable. Things happen to me beyond my control. There is nothing I can do about my future. My future is in other people's hands, and so on. So number 4 is, be honest with yourself. Is there anybody that you might be hating on? This is really useful because it can show you if there's any areas of your life that you need to change. So if you're being triggered by a celebrity, for example, say that you don't like a celebrity because they're very loud and they always speak their mind. Could it be that you're not fully speaking your mind? Maybe in your childhood you were shamed for speaking your mind and being honest. And now when you see other people doing that, that triggers something in you and makes you angry because you're stopping yourself from doing that. So it can just be really useful to have a look at that and see if there's anything in your life that where you need to come up higher. So maybe do a bit of journaling around that idea and see if there's anything in you that you need to change and come up higher with. So some actionable steps to do this week is come up with your why you want to do what you want to do, and write it down. This is going to be like your North Star, and it's going to help you to get through any adversities and deal with any haters, because you're going to come back to this and carry on with pursuing your dreams and doing what you want to do. Do some journaling and see if you have an internal locus of control or an external locus of control. And then if you are veering more towards the external locus of control, see if you can do some things this week to help to change that. So, for example, keeping your promises to yourself. So if you say that you're going to go to the gym the next morning, make sure that you get up and go to the gym and do what you said you were going to do. Or choosing to value your own opinion above others. So if somebody is disapproving of you because you want to do something, then just hold that. Sit in the discomfort, accept that they disapprove, but you go with your gut and you do what you want to do. And finally, remember that it's not always easy being creative and living an authentic life and living your dreams, but you need to decide which is more important to you. Is it fitting in with people, or is it living your dreams and being a little bit uncomfortable? I really hope that this video has helped. If it has, please leave a comment below and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.